Alright folks, so I've just bought myself a Disco 2 last week. Been out and about, great driving thing, goes well. But I spent a day and a half washing it the other day, cleaning it inside and out. That's the best way to find any faults, defects, dents, scratches and stuff, is when you give it a wash. But one of the things that's been bothering me when I bought it is it's had like a contamination, some sort of cleaning product on the headlights and the bumper and the door mirror covers, so it's discolored everything a bit. So it doesn't look great. I need to sort that out. So this will probably be the first, I guess, repair, if you like, on the Disco a week after I've had it. But it's to improve it. It's not like all bad news. So I'll show you what I'm on about. So yeah, I tried washing it and used degreaser and stuff, but yeah, it's not doing anything. So I need to clean it up properly. But it's they obviously use the same stuff on the bumpers, so it doesn't look great. So I'll have to take them off, repaint them. I need to get a couple of fog lights anyway, so I'll try and do that. I'm not sure where to get them yet. And there's the same stuff on the mirrors. Looks like it's been on here as well, so I'll have to redo all them. But for this video, I'll do the mirror, and I'll definitely be doing this headlight. Another thing I noticed when I was cleaning it is it's not popped into its holder properly, so I'm just going to take this off and clean it up properly. So headlights are dead easy to take off on these. There's just two 10mm bolts and then the multi-plug at the back, and that's it. It pops right out. Might need to lift the tab a little bit just to help get it off. Not easy to do with one hand. Nice, so now it's off. I'll just give it a quick clean, degrease and everything. And then we'll go to the workbench. Let's see if we can clean it up. Right, so it's a bit cleaner. One of the things I want to do is take this trim off first. There's just a little plastic pop rivet in there. Just push it out. It's just a little pin in there. Keep a hold of that, and then just push the clips out without breaking it, hopefully. Then you can clean that bit separate, and then I'm just going to go and clean all that gunk off under there as well before I start. Right, so it's pretty simple. You just sand it down, but you've got to judge what grit of sandpaper you want to start at. So to me, the headlight looks like it was in good condition. the lens other than this product that they've put on. So I really just want to be sanding out this product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 1000 grit and see how I get on. I'm just going to use these sort of circular sanding pads that I've got. Just using what I've got lying around. So you basically just spray water or whatever. I'm just using clay bar lubricant. You can use it on a drill if you want, but you've got to be careful because you don't want to burn the plastic. And then just sand it down, and if the marks that you're trying to rub out are starting to disappear, then good. If they're not, then you'll need to go to a rougher sandpaper, but you'll have to do the whole lens, not just the bits you're trying to rub out, to keep it even, if that makes sense. So I'll look at this and I'll take you on time lapse. So you can see it's starting to disappear. Don't worry about the haze, we'll sort that out after. We just want to concentrate on getting rid of these marks. It probably would have been much quicker with 800, but I'm really just cheating. I'm trying to do as minimal a work as possible because the more coarse the sandpaper, the more scratches you've got to smooth out at the end. So yeah, it's coming out. I'm just going to work away at the 1000 for a bit until I get rid of all of that. So now you can kind of see all them marks are gone. And it's got an even haze across it. But I can still sort of faintly see a couple of marks, so I'm going to give it another pass. And then I'll move on to 1200 grit and just do the same thing. And the 1200 grit will just sort of fine polish the 1000 grit, and then you just sort of work your way down to 2000 until it's as smooth as possible. So this is it after 2000 grit. Just a quick wipe down. So I'm going to move on to not 2000 grit, so that's after 1200 grit. Getting mixed up. I'll just move on to the next grit that I have, which I think is 1500 somewhere. Yeah, so 1500, then 2000, and then I'll come back and we'll see if it's a difference. I'm really just polishing out the scratches. That's all I'm doing now. Right, so I just done a pass with the fine stuff, and that's it. How it's turned out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hang on. I don't usually use this stuff. Usually I would just go straight to polish. I did try using an ultimate cutting compound, but I honestly didn't see any difference with that stuff. So I had this other shelf, professional scratch remover. So what I'm going to do, this is the first time that I'm going to use this on headlights. I've done loads of these mostly on Astras, Mark 5 Astras, Mark 4s and stuff, because they always cloud up. So what I'll usually do is I'll just sand it, and then I'll polish it with this on a rotary pad on my drill, and then usually it comes out really good. But I'm going to try this scratch remover on a hard pad just to see if it makes any difference, but I don't really expect any different outcome. I would say that this G3 scratch remover is far more abrasive than the Ultimate, the Meguiar's Ultimate Cotton Compound. Yeah, maybe it did make a little bit of a difference. Okay, so I'm just going to do the usual thing. I'll just polish it up the way I usually do, which is with this and a bit of this. Alright, so it's come up quite well with the first pass on the polish. You could be happy enough to put that back on, but I'm going to go over it one more time. Yeah, it should be alright after that. And then once you've got it to how you want it, you really want to put a UV protector on it. But I find that you can just, if you've got any wax kicking about, just use some of that. It is pretty good, does the job. The only thing is, you might have to, if you wash your car, if you're big into detailing your motor and stuff, and you use degreasers and whatever fancy products, don't use the fancy products this lad used, then when you clean it all off with your snow foam or whatever, you might need to apply another coating of it. But you can get the UV stuff. You get it on eBay if you want. It comes with a little sponge applicator and you put it on, but you've got to, don't get carried away when I put it on in thin layers, because it's thick and tacky stuff and it looks horrendous if you put it on wrong. You'll end up having to sand it back again. So yeah, I'll give this another pass, and then we'll get it back fitted on the motor. So there's after a second pass, and I just applied some of that wax stuff onto it just now. Yeah, so it's come out alright. It's far better than it was anyway. I've just got to apply put back on the trim on the bottom, and then I'll put some dielectric grease in the plug, and then I'll fit it back onto the motor. Hopefully it'll look 100 times better. Alright, so that's both the headlights done. Looks far better than it did. It's come out alright. So I'll have to take the grille and the bumper off at some point in the future, but I'll wait until I get new fog lights. So I'm going to go and take this mirror off and do that, but I'll do it in another video so it's not too long. Right, so if I can give you any tips, it would just be that obviously the more, like anything else in life, the more preparation you do, the better the outcome. And if this is something new, this is the first time you're going to do something like this, believe me when I say this, you cannot balls it up. The worst thing that you can do is apply too much pressure to the sandpaper and maybe burn the plastic. So that's why if it's your first time, I wouldn't use a drill with a sandpaper. It's okay with the polishing pad, but not the sandpaper. Just do it by hand, and then you'll be able to work it out. And it's sort of like with the sandpaper, I guess it's like if you've done bodywork before and you've applied filler. If you put too much on, the more you've got to sand off. So if you go too hard, if you go too coarse with the grip paper, then the more you're going to have to sand with finer grip to polish out the scratches. So just start at 1,000, and then once you've done a couple of passes with 1,000 grit, you'll then be able to tell if you need to go harder, or you can continue on from there and just work down the grits. It's dead easy. It's not a 2-minute job by any means. Probably took me 20 minutes each side, but if you're new to it, I would probably factor in an hour for each headlight. Maybe you probably won't be as much as that, but if it's your first time, and if you're really scared about doing it, just go to Scrappy and get any plastic headlight that's faded and just work away on it. But honestly, you can't go wrong. Honest to God, just do it. And when it's finished, you'll be chuffed. You'll be over the moon. You've saved yourself hundreds in buying a new headlight. And did you bit for the environment? You upcycled or whatever, recycled. Yeah, so it's good. So anyway, this is the first Landrover video for me. It's me just getting into Landrovers. I'm selling all my Vauxhalls. If you follow the channel, you know it's predominantly Vauxhalls that I do. I still have to fix them, obviously, because it's what I do, but I'm selling all my Vauxhalls. I personally am done with the Vauxhall world. I should have got into the Landrovers years ago. They're far cooler. Yeah, they break down probably just as much as Vauxhalls, if not more, but it's alright. I'm a mechanic, it's what I do. The other thing is, I would imagine a lot of Landy guys are watching this. Usually with a how-to style video, I don't talk in them, I just do subtitles and get straight to the point. But I get a lot of messages nowadays with people moaning that I don't talk in videos or whatever. I don't know why. When I watch videos where people are talking, I just get bored. So anyway, first Landrover video, headlights done, we'll wait to do the mirrors. I hope you like the video. Cool, see ya.